So, as you may already know, I was in the UK. I went to visit my parents and several other reasons. But one of the nice and really quite awesome side effects was that I got to spend quite a bit of time with my brother. I don't see him a lot, we don't talk a lot, but when I do, it's fun. It's a joy, as long as we don't talk politics. We have opposing politics, so it's not allowed. If that comes up at the dinner table, we have to stop. But one of the most awesome aspects of seeing my brother on my second night in the UK, can't say my first night because I got there at stupid o'clock, but the second night on the Sunday, my brother and his wife and their twins came for Sunday dinner. And it was lovely. My dad's an excellent cook. My mum hates it these days. She really doesn't like cooking, even though she does it well. But anyway, my dad's an awesome cook, so that's fine. But on that second night, I was having a chat with my brother in the kitchen, dining room, whatever you want to call it. We were just talking, and we were talking music and things. And my brother, my baby brother, by nearly 10 years, tried to introduce me to Ren. Yes. It is funny. But it was wonderful because we spent the next hour or so disappearing down the rabbit hole together. Because at the time, unbeknownst to him, I had already disappeared. I had already gone down the rabbit hole. That is the Ren history, story, discography, stuff that wasn't released, all of it. Yes. But it was beautiful, and I think that's what we do when we find the reactors and things that we love. We are trying to find company to disappear down rabbit holes with. So when we find someone who reacts to certain artists and musicians, bands, films, anything that we find in the reaction community, we are disappearing down the rabbit hole in company. And it feels nice to be able to hear other people's thoughts and how they feel people express themselves and the message that they take from things. And while it's awesome to do that online, on YouTube, wherever, TikTok, there is something really quite special about actually doing it in company and having that discourse in real time and just geeking out. And I'll be quite honest, it's very rare that my brother and I have been able to geek out together on anything, because there is that age gap between us. But it was so much fun. It really was an exceptionally fun time. And then we went past Ren, or we skipped through Ren into different artists and different people and different musicians, and it was just ho 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 ho. And previously, my brother and I had been on very different musical tracks. I mean, when I moved out, he was still only 15. No, I'd almost moved out. I just spent most of my time at my boyfriend's house. But he was still a very young teenager. He was still being a teenage boy. And you know what they're like. And we had no real crossover of interest. Yes, we might go to see like a film together. But it was very interesting to actually come back to this feeling of connection from periods when we've had serious disconnect. And I've been in Cyprus for 12 years nearly. And before that, I'd moved out, so about 4 years, so about 16 years that we have not been in close contact. And the last time I saw my brother in person was at a very busy time for him. It was his wedding. And the time before that, I had an 8-month-old. And we were in very different life places. At the moment, we are in quite similar life places, even though there's a decade between us. He has 7-year-old twins, I have an 8-year-old boy. We're both married. But we seem to have found this common ground. Avoiding all politics. And it was a beautiful thing. I love my brother to bits, but we've never really been on the same page. It's interesting that now we are both on the same page. Where in the past it was always my sister and me, because we were closer in age and musical taste and life spaces. And now it's me and my younger brother. It's a very interesting situation to be in. But I'm digressing slightly, but it's wonderful to have that commonality and to actually disappear into that kind of geeking out fabulousness. Because having someone to geek out with is absolutely awesome. And I don't know the minute. But I love my brother. Even though we don't see each other much. I still love to see him.